What's good? Back once again. It's your boy djTLM. It is January 16th, Wednesday, and check this out. That right here is the live stream that I just recorded, and right there. Look, it gets stuck for a second, and I don't know how long exactly it took to continue. But once it continued, I had no more audio. Now, this is not something that I could notice because I was DJing and I monitored during the beginning, so I heard the audio. Let me just take you through the setup first. So, as you can tell, it's not the same as it was for the review. I have the rain setup again. Actually, I'm shooting the next podcast with a different setup. I don't know which one yet because a lot of people are commenting like, oh, you switched to the rain, that's your main setup. It's not my main setup. It is definitely one of the setups. But for the podcast, I'll be switching all around doing different things. So I definitely will do one with this bad boy right here, the S4. That's going to be a totally different experience for me. But I don't mind jumping into the deep and using equipment I haven't used that much before. To me, that's fun. Look, today's lesson will come right after the tour. Let me finish this first. Let me hold my thought. So DJ set, right above here, there's that little holder. That's actually for a GoPro, but I use it for this camera, for the M50, to get that shot. Got some lights on the side. And let me take you to the other side for a sec. So, over here, you got the cam, of course, and a lot of light again. So, yes, when I step that way and I got all the white around me, I might look pale again, but I'm okay. Look, the lighting in here is not set up for this. It's set up for that. That's why sometimes it won't look the same or as good. But look, right here, I have a little LED light. I wasn't using that, but I have my phone. Let me just grab the phone. Let me just demonstrate. My phone was right here, and I had that in this position right here. That was filming me, so you got this angle, let's see, something like that, a little bit closer, but that's about the angle that you got from the phone. Now the phone, let me take that off again. The phone was connected through this little adapter right here to that audio interface, and that audio interface is connected to the rain mixer, which gives you the audio that you want. That's what I wanted for the podcast. I wanted to make sure I had the good audio. Well, there's not much else here to tell. Lights, whatever. Let me go back through the jungle of equipment and lights. So I had the good audio, it was working. Now the phone is over there, that streams, and on my old phone, I use that to monitor. So I go to Periscope and I actually watch my own live stream so I can see the footage. So at the beginning of the podcast, I saw that the angle was good, quality was good. Then I turned up the sound on this phone to hear if I had audio. Audio was perfect. So after that, I turned the sound of this phone off because there's a delay on Periscope. So I can't have my audio here on and this on. That's not going to sound right. So I turned that sound off, assuming everything was okay, because it was. In the first 5 minutes of the podcast, have audio. I have no idea what happened there. So I'm going to have to Google to see what happens when Periscope freezes and continues, if something can happen to the audio. But yeah. That's one, and I had to reshoot the review that I did yesterday, the PT01 Scratch review, because yesterday I also had no audio. So this is a no audio story day. What happened there was I was recording my own voice with the Lavalier mic and the transmitter, and the receiver was on the camera, so you get your voice directly recorded into the camera. For some reason, the batteries in that transmitter were a lot lower than I thought they were, so they died after 2 minutes within recording the review. So that's a lesson learned right there. I really have to check those batteries, but I'm getting tired of equipment that has batteries. I don't want to buy batteries every time, but I'm just going to get a couple of rechargeables for that one and just make sure every time I shoot with that transmitter, I put batteries in that are fully charged. That's to solve the problem. I already recorded tons of videos using that thing, and I don't know, they didn't die that quick last time, so maybe these batteries just weren't that good. I don't know. I do have a solution for a couple other devices, like my external audio recorder that I use to record sometimes as well. That takes batteries, but it can also be powered by USB. So today I actually powered that using USB. So that saves me batteries. But what I wanted to share is my motto when it comes to all of these things is, it is what it is. What I mean by that is I won't be bothered by things like that after they happen. So yesterday I recorded that entire review. I found out right after the recording because I was transferring them to my laptop. I checked one of the files and I heard no sound. So I knew straight away. My attitude simply was, okay, I have to shoot it again tomorrow, so I'll consider this the rehearsal. And actually today it went very smooth because I already did it yesterday. Now the reason why I say it is what it is, of course you have to make sure you learn from these mistakes. So yes, yesterday was an L, but I take that as a loss and a lesson, and I keep it moving. It happened. If I continue to bug myself about that or just stress myself about that, it's not going to change the fact that it already happened. So why would you continue to have that on your mind? You make a mistake, you learn the lesson, and you move on. You're going to have to do it again anyway. So there's no stress. I really treat it that way, like, oh, no audio? All right, do it again tomorrow. Consider this the rehearsal. Same thing with the podcast. Even though the broadcast didn't go well, I guess, I still have the option to get some good out of the podcast because I recorded the audio. So I have audio, and I have quite a bit of video footage because that camera shot during the podcast and this camera took the top angle. So I can still get plenty of footage out of that. I'll check the audio file, upload that to Mixcloud. So yeah, the stream didn't go the way it was supposed to go. It already happened. Can't change anything about it. The only thing I'm going to do is do some research to make sure that I can find ways to prevent this from happening again. So that's my outlook with a lot of things, because a lot of people spend way too much time stressing about things they cannot change. A, because it already happened, or B, because it's something that's just totally out of your control. And it saves you a lot of stress if you can just let that go. Let that slide, twist that knob in your head, and keep it moving. To me, that saves a lot of stress. And if we're talking about health, stress is definitely very bad for your health. Like seriously, stressing out, having a lot of stressful moments is not good for your health. So I don't stress. I don't stress. Like I said, it is what it is. Now that's definitely not my attitude for things that are still to come. So if there's something I have to do and I can prepare for it, I'm not treating that like it is what it is. No, then it's my duty to do the best I can do to deliver the best performance I can for whatever it is. But things will go wrong from time to time. You can't let that hold you back. You can't let that bring you down. You got to be above that. That attitude has helped me a lot of times, most definitely. So everything is set up. I got my review. I got to edit that. That's going to be part 1 of that PT01 Scratch series that I'm doing. I just did the intro and review of the stock version, how it is when you get it out the store. And in the coming year, I'm going to do all sorts of modifications, and I'll film that, film the actual changing of that or modding it, and reviewing the new thing. Let me just stop this. No reason to watch a podcast with no audio. So to anyone who watched the live stream, my apologies, even though I don't know what happened. We'll see what happens next time, and I'll Google, and if it's in any way because of that audio interface, then I'll just skip that and I'll just use the room sound for that live stream. I'm recording a good audio anyway, so we'll see. That's it for today. I want to keep it moving straight away and get back home. So if you're dealing with some stuff and you're stressing about it and there's nothing you can do about it, please try to let that go. You'll feel so much better. All right, that's it for today. See you tomorrow.